Kathleen Cullen and I'm working at Miller's at the events and sales department. Miller's is a restaurant and a nightclub. Next to that, we also provide 2 meeting rooms for our business guests. Miller's is set in the heart of The Hague. Miller's used to be open 24/7. Nevertheless, there is an epidemic, coronavirus. Therefore, we weren't allowed to receive any guests. As a result, we are focusing on the takeaway and delivery services. We try to notify our guests about our products and services via different social media platforms. Nevertheless, during these times, we didn't meet our targets or generated any significant revenues, which is strange for this very popular restaurant and nightclub. Miller's has a dominant market position on the square here in the central of The Hague, but also the whole of The Hague. Facebook and Instagram are there to inform our guests and customers on the services we provide during this lockdown. The contribution of the social media platforms are minimum. We don't see any returns on our investments. All in all, we can say that the underlying issue or problem is our social media platforms. Why aren't we communicating with our customers? Are we even communicating with our target market? These are questions I want to ask or contribute to in my personalization part. Therefore, my research question is how to gain more exposure and followers on Instagram. I've chosen Instagram because this is the biggest social media platform these days for restaurants. As research shown that Instagram is the key social media tool for our target market. For this research, we are using a combination of qualitative and quantitative methods to better understand the behaviors of employees, customers, or management towards the application, which in this case is Instagram, and to look at the statistics. What do the numbers say? For the research, I selected an inductive approach, as I'm only going to take one topic, which is Instagram and how to get more exposure and followers. I'm not taking any theories or hypotheses or perspectives in account. For this research, I didn't want to take any note of pre-existing ideas or theories when approaching this problem. The methodology of this heuristic inquiry starts off with mind mapping. This visual thinking tool organizes problems into themes to better understand the different perspectives. Here we've got the 5 main perspectives, which are stories, employees, followers, photos, and homepage. After mind mapping with the whole marketing department, I wanted to get a perspective on the 5 themes derived from the mind mapping. I want to have perspective from the employees to explore more details and more variables on the topic. I use a non-directive approach in order to let the employees talk freely. For the interviews, we used the typical case sampling. The employees gave us comments on the theme followers. For instance, who are they? Who are actually our followers? Are they the target market, or are they people who used to come here 20 years ago and they're still following our Instagram account? And the most frequently used comments can be seen over here, and here we have the percentages. The percentages tell us how often the employees mentioned one of these comments. However, now we have the mind mapping studies and the interviews. We have now an obvious solution to improve the key elements for Instagram. For instance, we need to improve all these, or the 2 highest comments from the theme followers. But that makes the study not really reliable. Also, one of the constraints were we only had interviewees who were employees from Miller's. We had 8 employees participating. This is not a lot, as we have 30 more employees at home. They did not want to participate on this research. In addition, I contacted a few followers via Instagram. Unfortunately, they weren't able to help me out in this study. So that's another constraint in the study as well. Furthermore, the research is now only based on the opinions of the employees, as well as me and the marketing manager deciding what the key themes are. This is limited information for this study. The implications of the study needs to be substantiated by evidence, and the limitations of the previous studies need to be taken in account to avoid overgeneralization. Because I want my study to be reliable and reflect on the key elements which can make the Instagram, the social media platform, more efficient for our business today, I'm going to do more research on 2 other studies: the automated remote research and the competitive testing. First, we're going to take a look at automated remote research help identify the customer's behavior on Instagram in this case. And the Instagram enables companies to look at the statistics on how many followers do we have, how many unfollowers did we have, the number of profile visits, number of likes. In this diagram, I try to compare 2 months. So I compared the 16th of October to the 15th of November. I took another month, which was a month of 16 November till the 15th of December. I wanted to highlight the change in percentages to see what significant changes happened in the last 2 months. For example, followers, they increased about 10,000 followers. What happened? By showing these numbers to the marketing manager, I found out that we bought 10,000 followers. But the rest of the key elements did not improve as much. For example, the interaction, the profile visits, the accounts reach, the number of comments or likes, they didn't increase as much as the followers, which is telling the marketing team buying followers is not effective. We need to grow our followers organically. Instagram enables to look at our target market on Instagram. What are the ages of the people who are actually looking at our profiles? Well, you see, for example, 18 to 24. That's an interesting age as well. And 25-34. The millennials. So our target market was right. How many men and women are looking at our profile? What are the best times and the best days to post video stories to reach all these accounts? Another great thing about Instagram in regards with the automated remote research is we were able, or I was able, to look at what ages, what are the age of our followers, as well as are there more men than women, and what is the most effective time to post a story, post a video, post a photo. When is the most effective time and when can we reach our target market? Last but not least, the competitive testing. For the competitive testing, we looked at 3 competitors, Encore, Gyros Club and Cash. All 3 of these restaurants are in a radius of 3 kilometers. They're based in The Hague. The Instagrams of the companies have more than 10,000 followers, and they either sell sushi or cocktails. Okay, because I looked at the pages of the companies, I only used the 3 tangible elements from the 5 categories derived from mind mapping. And from the themes, there were comments made by our employees, and the comments are here, and we compared them to the different restaurants. For example, eye catchers. Are there any eye catchers? Does the restaurant have an eye catcher? An eye catcher can either be a beautiful wall or a area where a lot of people or millennials like to take pictures, which are eye catchers and can boost your exposure on Instagram. The competitive testing helps in the redesign process. What are the competitors doing? What kind of pictures do they post? What kind of stories? What is their eye catchers or their strategy? You can find that on the Instagram of the competitors. And by looking at what they are doing, we can highlight the things we're missing and the areas of improvements, which in hopefully a few months we can compare us to these restaurants. How to gain more exposure, followers on the Miller's Instagram. Now we have qualitative, quantitative data. We've got data from our marketing manager, from the employees. We've got information on what the competition is doing, and we know about the customer's behavior on our Instagram, as well as our target market. Combining this information and looking at the different strategies we can implement. One of the key alternatives is putting one person in charge of the stories. The stories you can find over here. This is the main page of the Miller's Restaurant Instagram story, and I highlighted the key areas on this page for my presentation and report for my management. Nevertheless, the Instagram stories are a big priority on a page, as the stories are visible for your followers but also other accounts. The stories enable you to show videos and photos for only 24/7. The key strategy is to post 3 times a day on different times and with diverse and various photos and videos. This is also a tool to interact with your customers by enabling tools, for instance, polls to ask their opinion, or let them ask questions on a certain topics, or start a vote for them to vote, would you either like sushi or cocktails? These posts can ensure interaction of the customers and gain interest of the followers. In addition, we have another alternative solution, which is a eye catcher. This was a comment made by the employees and also seen in the competitive testing that eye catchers can differentiate your restaurant or your look or your Instagram page from the rest of the competitors. For instance, in a restaurant, we want to create a wall, which is an Instagram wall. An Instagram wall these days can create a hype amongst the Instagrammers and especially the millennials. The millennials love to take pictures in beautiful little areas in restaurants. And this hype can contribute to more followers and even more maybe guests in the future and get more exposure on Instagram. We're actually now designing a Instagram wall, which is a plus for my study. The alternative solutions are mentioned explicitly because my marketing manager immediately implemented the two alternative solutions. So the eye catcher is actually in the design process right now, and the person in charge of the stories is me, because I did the research, I have the knowledge, I know about the Instagram algorithms, so I got the position to be in charge of the stories. Nevertheless, the main solution, because I collected a lot of data, a lot of comments, a lot of opinions, but also evidence on the customer's behavior and on the competitive testing, I wanted to gather all the results on the research and create a plan. So I created a plan of action for employees, for the marketing, and for the last one, I made a plan of action for the person in charge of the social media stories, which is in this case me. I made a plan of action on what to post 3 times a day, what times are the best times to post, what times are the best to engage with your customers, how can we attract the customers to buy our products. This is a plan of action written for me. And this is another one. Then I have a plan of action for employees because in our interviews the results shown that they feel a lack of commitment, a lack of engagement and a lack of communication. So these 3 elements are taken in account in the plan of action in the hope to get a more united front in regards to the Instagram. We do need the employees to spread the word about the Instagram, or let the employees engage with customers, or take a picture or video of the food or what they're actually doing at this moment in time. These are all interesting factors for the employees, as well as we need good communication about the new marketing tools we're going to use or the new events. Another important element in the plan of action in the employees is the contribution. We need our employees to contribute to the success of Instagram, of the Miller's Instagram. We need our employees to repost a picture or post a picture on their story of our sushi, or promote our new dishes or new cocktails. We need their platforms to increase our exposure and to gain more followers. Then we have a plan of action for the marketing, and this one is the most important one. I scheduled a meeting with Mike, who's in charge of the pictures, the stories, and I needed to schedule a meeting with Marloes, the marketing manager, who's a key player in implementing new ideas, new strategies. Together with Mike and Marloes, I created a plan, a strategic plan on how to improve the marketing. The reflection of the commissioners on my professional product was that they were very satisfied on the strategies I implemented. The strategies are working because we implemented them at the start of January. And for instance, I tried to boost sales by implementing a giveaway for all the employees. So the employees who sell the most Valentine boxes on the 14th of February will get a Valentine box for free, and they have to post on their Instagram, on their Facebook, or their contacts to sell the giveaways. I also implemented a giveaway on Instagram for our followers. So what they have to do is like and comment under my picture, under the picture on Instagram, and tag all their friends and give a reason why they should win the giveaway, and they win a free Valentine box. And another one is we scheduled for marketing a new photo shoot, so we have new posts, a new overall look for our Instagram. Furthermore, I created a event calendar with all the events and all the special days, so we can already think of a strategic plan on what are we going to sell, what are we going to do on that day. So we'll be planning 2 months ahead. The calendar will also help internally for different departments to know what's coming up or what we're going to do or planning. In addition, my boss gave me a budget to find the perfect eye catch for in the restaurant, to boost the sales or to boost our exposure on Instagram. And furthermore, we gained 100 followers in the last month. So these are just a few topics my commissioner was very, very proud of. I'm very happy about my professional product, as this has a short-term vision and a long-term vision as well. And I will be looking into further strategies in 2 months to make the event calendar even more successful, and the Instagram as well. Now, the Instagram gained followers, is gaining more exposure, which tells me that the strategies implemented are actually working for the Miller's Instagram. This was me, Kathleen Cullen, on my professional product. Thank you for watching.